This is a channeling of my Yah'el guide Ignjak on the topic of the hybrid program. It is an answer to a listener question concerning her relationship to the hybrid program. She has been told that she has willingly contributed her DNA to the program, as have many humans alive at this time, and she wants to know what her role is on that level. I will also go into some further details on the program in general if he will explain it to us, Ignjak. Also, I have done a couple of channelings on this, though not as many as a lot of other talented channelers. But I'm leaving a link in the description for a playlist where the videos I have done related to the topic will appear. Yes, hello. I am Ignjak of the Yah'el civilization. I connect to you this day of your fine time to relate to you some information on the project you know as the hybrid program. It is taking place in a slightly different reality than the one you currently situate yourselves in. There is, of course, vibrational overlaps between these two realities. Otherwise, we would not have been able to retrieve the genetic information related to this project. On this topic today, we would explain to you why this process is taking place. Understand that the world you enter into in your dreams or other ways in which you undertake astral travels is a dimension of reality in itself in which these entities take place. From the sixth dimension and above, there is no longer any difference from what your perspective perceives as dream and as reality. That is to say, what originally happened with the program was that the Grey civilization, our forefathers, as well as you are our forefathers, this Grey civilization were unable to break into the dream reality of ideas and genuine inspiration, and so they jumped into a timeline that in vibration was similar enough to theirs to actually accommodate the shift, but also still infused with enough dreaming energy for them to be able to interact with this phenomenon. Then understand what happened in so many of your first UFO sightings is exactly the intertwining of nightly awakenings with the abduction story. That is to say that people are already in the suggestible state of dreaming when they are taken aboard ships and left. Then again back in their own bedrooms, wondering why this nightly experience seems so radically different in the degree of reality assigned to it than the experiences they most usually have in regular dreaming at night time. That is not to say that we, the representatives of the hybrid program, are not real in that sense, but we represent a combination of different signatures of genetic variation brought in and fused together in our existence. We, the Yah'el, represent the sixth race of the hybrid program. And the civilization you know as the Sasani, who existed and created themselves from the previous manufactures made by the Grey civilization in the hybrid program. Some of the previous races were, we would not say failures, but they failed to incorporate the sixth dimensional ability to create instantaneously or spontaneously in the world of ideas, such as you also experience it in your dream worlds as possible. That is to say, we are to some extent dream creatures, but we exist with our own agendas, personalities, energetic signatures, and types of nourishment to sustain us. Does that make us any less real than you simply because we are immaterial for the most of the time, residing in the plane of ideas and in other worlds above it? We interact with human species also as a physically manifest being, but our physical manifestations you would experience more as a type of radiant, almost angelic, slender being, closer to your cetaceans in skin and general appearance. The hybrid program is progressing nicely. New races have been created since us, and new races will be created. The 8th race is the one known as the Ignjak, and they will also be contacting some of you. These have, for instance, incorporated more of the serious DNA, that is to say, the DNA related to the Sirian system, a further development of the integration of the cetacean energies into the hybrid program. The hybrid program has become a sort of extension of your own species, which were another attempt at constructing a type of harmonious compromise species between different energies in the galaxies, with varying results depending on the timeline you find yourself on. Now, to answer the question from the questioner who has posed a question about her relationship to the hybrid children. First, understand that the hybrid children are not children in the sense that they require your protection or motherly nourishment or individual attachment to anyone specific of them. From our perspective of tutelage and our understanding of relationships, and both personal and collective, we do not necessarily improve of the type of trauma bond that exists between so many human parents and their offspring. We understand it as a type of process, that is to say, it is a type of springboard between the mammalian instinct of caring for your children and the moving into the more ideal sphere of abstract tutelage, such as you have tried to develop it in your schools and academies and such institutions. Though in our perspective, all learning is free, and it is driven from the universal instinct of curiosity being the instinct that draws worlds and opposites together, that merges the unknown with the known throughout the cosmos of the multiverse. That is not to say that there are not energies, entities, or personalities attached to this individual that have a certain fondness for her because she has voluntarily lent her genetic code, and she has on a soul level in her dream wanderings engaged in sharing her love and wisdom, and also her preference for these children who share her energies. This has taught these children a lot about human attachment and human connection to the soft feelings of camaraderie and community, so characteristic also of your species. So this is very much the function that this person, besides donating her DNA, which we are most grateful for, she has also taught us the lesson and is teaching us the lesson of support and recognition and understanding from a human standpoint. And these energies closely connected to her DNA, known as her children, or you can simply call them personalities or entities. They do exist. These are carrying out the same functions on further timelines further removed on the hybrid program timeline from this one. We would offer the name of some of her children as Tranku, another is Imbanga, and the third is Klinkak. These are words that are very reminiscent with the Yah'el vibration coming through this channel at this point. There are some such names, but we would say another is Umba, and the fifth we believe we are about to mention is Chist. Each of these are simply vibration brought through this channel with the vocal cord, more in harmony with the specific unique quality of these energies that she has lent her energy to as well as many other loving entities throughout the galaxy. Some, for instance, have come from so far away as the other side, a type of shadow planet known to one species called Izind, and these Izind have, for instance, contributed to some of the more, let us say, vaporous qualities, the ability developed in the hybrid program to shift states and energies and conduct vibrations into higher vibrations by setting possible examples, becoming beacons of informations in the world you interact with at your dream world. And some of your hybrid children, we remind this individual specifically, but this goes for many of you, are returning both as spirit guides to check in on you, or simply as kind visitors to tend to your energy and to beam their light on you and invite you to turn your positive attention toward the development of the beautiful radiant programs and expressions of existence found in the hybrid program. We offer you this explanation to this day. Know you are protected by beings who love and care for you a great deal. We extend our infinite love to you on this beautiful day of your beautiful time experience. May you be well, sweet human beings. I am Ignjak of the Yah'el signing off.